Hello guys, welcome to Interchange 3 Unit 5, Expanding Your Horizons. In this unit, we're going to talk about noun phrases containing relative clauses, and also we will see expectations. Let's begin. These are some challenges or difficulties of living abroad or in another country. Let's listen.
Unit 5, Expanding Your Horizons. Page 30, Exercise 1. Perspectives. Challenges of Living Abroad. Part A. Listen to people talk about moving to a foreign country. Check the concerns you think you would share.
One thing that I'd really miss is hanging out with my friends.
Something that I'd be worried about is the local food. I'm a picky eater.
Getting used to a different culture might be difficult at first.
I'd be worried about not knowing how to get around in a new city.
The people that I'd miss the most are my parents. We're very close.
Not knowing the local customs is something I'd be concerned about.
I'd be nervous about getting sick and not knowing how to explain my symptoms.
Communicating in a foreign language could be a challenge.
Now, we're going to see some adjectives that we can use to describe feelings. Anxious, afraid or nervous, especially about what may happen. For example, Amber felt anxious the first time that she traveled to the United States. Comfortable, feeling free from stress or worry. For example, they're nice people. I feel comfortable talking with them. Confident, feeling sure of yourself and your abilities. For example, Angel feels confident speaking English and Spanish. Curious, someone who is eager to find out answers and to explore and learn. For example, George is so curious. He likes to ask many questions. Depressed, feeling sad and unable to enjoy things because your situation is difficult or bad. For example, Karen is depressed because she broke up with her boyfriend. Embarrassed, feeling uncomfortable because of a confusing or humiliating action or situation. For example, Mia forgot the song she was supposed to learn. She felt so embarrassed. Enthusiastic, passionate or very interested in something. For example, Jen is enthusiastic about meeting new people. Excited, feeling very happy and enthusiastic. For example, I'm so excited to know that you're going to visit us. Fascinated, strongly attracted and interested. For example, the kid was fascinated by the movie. Homesick, feeling unhappy because you are away from home, your family, and friends. For example, Amber felt homesick after she moved alone. Insecure, not feeling sure of yourself and your abilities. For example, I feel insecure about speaking in public. Nervous, having or showing feelings of being worried and afraid about what might happen. For example, I was too nervous to speak. Uncertain, not knowing what to do or believe, or not able to decide about something. For example, she's uncertain whether to go to New Zealand or not. Uncomfortable, slightly worried or embarrassed, and not relaxed or confident. For example, I feel uncomfortable when I have to lie. Worried, feeling unhappy and scared because of problems or unpleasant things that might happen. For example, I'm worried about my son. He looks pretty sad. Noun phrases containing relative clauses. You can use noun phrases containing relative clauses to describe how you would feel about living in a foreign country. For example, if I lived in a foreign country, my parents are the people who I visit every year. or my parents are the people that I visit every year. Who and that are optional. The second one, two things that I really miss are my country's food and music. Or, two things I really miss are my country's food and music. So we are using noun phrases containing relative clauses to express or to show how we would feel or the things that we would do if we lived in a foreign country or if we moved to a foreign country. Noun phrases containing relative clauses. To create sentences with noun phrases containing relative clauses, this is the formula that you need to follow. Noun, the verb to be, noun description, who or that, subject, would, verb, and complement. For example, my mother is the person who I would call every week, or my mother is the person that I would call every week. Notice that the noun description is going to describe the noun. For example, my mother. Who is my mother? The person or a person. My family and friends are people. Getting sick is one thing or one of the things. Trying new foods is something. My room at home is one thing or something. For people, we can use the person, the people, somebody, someone. For things, we can use one of the things, two things, something, one thing. Then, the relative pronouns who and that are optional because we have the subject I in this case. So let's read. My mother is the person who I would call every week. Or, my mother is the person that I would call every week. My family and friends are people who I'd miss a lot. Or, my family and friends are people that I miss a lot. Getting sick is one of the things that I feel worried about. Trying new foods is something that I'd be excited about. My room at home is one thing that I'd be homesick for. We can also change the position of the noun phrases containing relative clauses and the nouns. For example, the person I would call every week is my mother. People I miss a lot are my friends and family, or my family and friends. One of the things I feel worried about is getting sick. Something I'd be excited about is trying new foods. And one thing I'd be homesick for is my room at home. Like in the examples here, we're changing the position of the noun and the noun phrases containing relative clauses. For example, getting lost in a new city is something that I'd be embarrassed about. Or something that I'd be embarrassed about is getting lost in a new city. These are some etiquette tips for international travelers. Canada. Always bring a small gift for the host when invited to a meal at a Canadian home. Russia. Do not turn down offers of food or drink. Japan. Take off your shoes before entering a house. France. When eating, don't rest your elbows on the table. Brazil. You can arrive between 15 to 30 minutes late for a party at a Brazilian friend's home. Morocco. Don't eat anything with your left hand. Thailand. Never touch a person's head. China. Never point your chopsticks at another person. This is a conversation between people talking about customs in the United States. Let's listen.
Page 33. Exercise 7. Conversation. Bring a small gift. Part A. Listen and practice.
My boss invited my wife and me to dinner at his house.
Oh, how nice!
Yes, but what do you do here when you're invited to someone's house?
Well, here in the U.S., it's the custom to bring a small gift.
Like what?
Oh, maybe some flowers or chocolates.
And is it all right to bring our kids along?
Well, if you want to bring them, you're expected to ask if it's okay first.
Expectations. You can use expressions such as is acceptable to, is accustomed to, you're expected to, and you're supposed to talk about customs in another country. For example, if a friend is in the hospital, it's acceptable to call if you can visit him or her. When you've received a present, you're supposed to thank the person. When a girl turns 16, it's the custom to organize a party for her. Here we have other examples of customs in the United States. To talk about them, we can use the event or situation plus one of the expressions that we saw before, plus a verb, plus a complement. For example, if you want to visit someone, you're expected to call first. If you have a job interview, you aren't expected to arrive late. When you take a taxi, you're supposed to tip the driver. When you meet someone for the first time, you aren't supposed to kiss him or her. When a close friend has a birthday, it's the custom to give him or her a present. When you go out on a date, it's not the custom to go with other people. If friends eat out, it's acceptable to share the expenses. If a friend invites you home, it's not acceptable to bring someone without asking. Remember, expected is what people are waiting for you to do, what people expect, what people think that you are going to do, because this is something that is common. Something that is not acceptable is something that is not okay. Something that is a custom, it's something that is a tradition, something that is common. And something that you are supposed to do is the right thing, the correct thing that everybody wants you to do. Well guys, that was everything for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.